Hi guys, it's summer 2025.
We've taken a week off of work to come away and celebrate my birthday. So we've been caravanning for what?
2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5 years. And something I've always wanted to do is like off-grid camping. But not better place to come than to come to the New Forest. So we kind of sold the ideals to ourselves as loads of like bike rides.
Yeah, we got new electric bikes recently, didn't
Yeah, we have got new electric like fat tyre bikes, so it'd be nice on these like rubbly like trails and off road. Pub lunches, long walks. That's kind of how we sold it to ourselves. The reality is, electric bikes are quite heavy without any assistance, and generally speaking, it's not long before I get bored without a phone. So the reality of this holiday could be very different to sort of like the expectation in our mind. So we had some prerequisites for the campsite. We really wanted it to be to have a shower block because we don't have to shower in the caravan, and be walking distance from a pub. We kind of looked around at different campsites, and there just sort of seemed to be this really one obvious campsite, and that is Ashurst campsite in the New Forest. Obviously, in terms of the caravan, we're just running the fridge off of gas, using the gas kettle and
hot water.
oh, hot water, of course. Yeah, hot water we're running off of gas. Although to be honest, I don't know if we need much hot water because we could always wash up over in the like facilities block, but I don't really like doing that because I don't like lugging it all over there. Just wash up cups.
We're not really planning to eat in the caravan, are we? So it's just washing up the mugs.
No. So actually, that is a little bit of a lie. We haven't even turned the fridge on because I'm just drinking coffee sachets rather than having milk for tea and things like that. So we're adapting. Also, in terms of keeping our leisure battery topped up, we don't have a solar panel on the caravan roof, which is something that we did kind of and ah over when we bought the caravan about having a solar panel installed. But Bill's mum lives on a riverboat, and she kindly gave us this. It's an EcoFlow River 2 Max, which has a 512 watt hour capacity, 750 watt output, and 220 watts of solar input. They're all the specs. What that translates to is it can keep your phones and laptops and things charged. You can have two 100 solar watt panels feeding into it. The only thing it can't really do is obviously you can't use high energy appliances like your sort of standard home kettle. Basically, just sort of keep things running. So the plan is to sort of mainly use the solar charger just to keep our caravan battery topped up and keep our bike batteries topped up, because we can charge our phones and stuff from the USB ports in the caravan. Oh, actually, I've also got this. I've got like a battery power bank that we can charge our phones and whatnot from, so that should be useful to keep our devices topped up. So, like I say, we arrived here last night after work. We sort of finished up work early and headed off. For us, this is only sort of like a 2 hour drive along the coast. Arrived very busy, really. Like, it's the busiest we've ever seen it because it's always been quiet when we've stayed here before. But it's quite nice because the campsite has a bit of a buzz.
It's the first campsite we've been to in the caravan where there's probably more tents than caravans as well. So
Yeah,
it's kind of a different. There's tents that's dotted all around your caravan.
Yeah, it is a bit haphazard in the way that people are camped. Basically, if there's a spot of grass, like an area of grass that's open, people are camping on it. So, yeah, it's not as formal as sort of like club campsites generally are.
And as we speak, there's a horse about 5 metres away from us.
So yeah, when we arrived last night, we basically set up, and we headed down the road. There was a pub literally like 5 minute walk away called the Big Cheese, and we had pies for dinner. They were delicious.
I had the pie caramba.
Pie caramba, which was what?
It was like a chili in a pie.
Chili in a pie. Yeah, I had this. I think they called it like the hen party, which is basically like a chicken pie.
We're going to go back there for a pub quiz, aren't we?
Yeah, we've booked that in for my birthday, so that'd be really quite nice. We're really looking forward to that. And last night when we came back, obviously quite tired because it'd been a long day because we started work mega early to sort of enable us to finish early. And I think we must have watched TV for about an hour and a half. This morning we've had it on for couple of hours. The battery is what? I think it was 12.6 volts, but that kind of means nothing to me. So I printed out this handy little guide online that basically tells you what the battery voltage, how that translates to in percentage. I don't think it's like an exact science. So 12.6 volts is somewhere between 70 and 80% capacity. Like I say, we've got the EcoFlow, so we're just going to use that to keep the leisure battery topped up. And worst case scenario, if there's like no sun this week, we've got a charger so we can charge it from the car, top up the EcoFlow battery, and then we can obviously use that to charge our caravan battery. So that's sort of like a worst case scenario should we run out of electric. But if not, I don't think that would be a bad thing, will it? Just to sort of zone out from the digital world that we live in, just sort of unplug for a bit.
Can also charge up down the pub.
Well, yeah, precisely, exactly. Take our phones to the pub and charge from there. So there's an excuse to visit a pub. So yeah, stay with us as we sort of take you on holiday. We keep you updated with our electric status and things we sort of uncover as we go. So we've just returned from a bike ride to a pub called something like Snake's Ladder or Snakewood, I can't remember what it was called. A really nice ride, sort of 8 miles there, 8 miles back. We didn't know where we were going, we just sort of like used Google Maps and sort of like rode as the crow flies as much as we could on the tracks. Got home and I thought, oh, now might be a really good opportunity, maybe just to stick the caravan on charge from the EcoFlow. I'm going to plug it in and find that it's at 0%. So I don't know if you can really see out the window. It's quite, well, it looks bright on the camera, but it's quite overcast. If I just quickly show you the app, as you can see, we've got 2.49%. It was actually empty. Got both the solar panels out and they're generating 57 watts of energy, and it's currently going to take 7.5 hours to charge. But I mean, we still got loads of battery in the leisure battery. I just want to keep it topped up as much as possible. Yeah, we can let it build up to maybe 50% charge or so, and then plug the caravan in. But what a wally, why didn't I charge it before we came? That was so silly of me, but hey ho, we're living and learning, aren't we? So we had I had a lovely surprise yesterday. Bill had arranged with my sister, or sort of between them, that they were going to come over and surprise me. So we had a little rat-a-tat-tat on the door, and my sister, brother-in-law and niece came to visit us yesterday, which was lovely. So we kind of had a lovely day down at the pub, having lovely food, playing in all of the local play parks to please my 3-year-old niece, because what 3-year-old doesn't want to play in a play park?
We did 3 in total, didn't we?
Yeah, we smashed out 3 throughout the day, which was fabulous. And throughout the day we just left our solar panel on the roof of the caravan just so it didn't get any shade from sort of parked cars and stuff as the sort of sun moved around the sky. And throughout the day we managed to get the EcoFlow topped up to 50%, which again I think was quite good considering that it was quite an overcast day. So we'd use the leisure battery again overnight, and I think it was reading 12.6 volts. And I was really keen to sort of keep the caravan battery as charged as possible. So the charge that we got in the EcoFlow we threw into the caravan, and we headed to the pub last night, didn't we? And we recharged the battery pack and our phones. Our battery pack is in the power bank thing. And yeah, we just spent the evening down at the pub. Had some drinks and nachos and stuff, didn't we? Which was a lovely way to spend the evening. By the time we got back, we'd drained the EcoFlow battery and the caravan battery was reading 12.9 volts. So that was really quite good. However, again, overnight we've watched TV, blah, 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 used lights, and it's back down to 12.6 volts. But this morning it's meant to be really sunny. So
as we speak, it's just...
the sun's breaking through the clouds, and we've already got the EcoFlow back up to sort of, I think it's about 12% now. So hoping to get a really good charge in that, charge up our bike batteries. That's something I'd like to do. And then this afternoon, when it's meant to be a bit more overcast, we'll probably again put the solar panels on the roof of the caravan and go out for a nice bike ride. So so far so good in terms of power. Or something that has kind of gone wrong. I know this is all a bit of a learning curve. Before we came away, I'd bought a 12 volt charger so I could, like worst case scenario, charge the EcoFlow from our car should there be no sun. And for some reason it's not working. I don't know why. It might be because we had one originally, and I think that's the one that I tested it with, and I misplaced it, couldn't find it anywhere, so I've bought a replacement and didn't test that, so I don't actually know if the cable's sticky or whatever. So we don't currently have a backup scenario, which is a bit concerning, but all the time it's dry and at least overcast, we managed to get some sort of charge, so that's absolutely fine. But yeah, looking forward to going out on another bike ride today.
Yeah.
I've got a real hankering for like a prawn sandwich or a baguette or something. Bill's found a pub that's in Brockenhurst, which is about a 6.5-ish mile ride from the campsite. So we're gonna head there and see what we can find. That's not gonna work, is it? So we enjoyed our bike ride through the New Forest, travelling from our campsite in Ashurst and ended up at Brockenhurst. Bill had found a pub called the Forester's Arms, so I managed to get my prawn baguette, and that was really tasty. Sat outside, had a few drinks. It was really such a nice way to spend the afternoon. We then rode home, standard sort of ride in reverse. It was great. And when we got back, there were loads of kids playing with balls, and I'm going to sound like a grumpy old man now, but I just wish kids with balls were just playing in an open area rather than kicking the balls between caravans. So I didn't really like the pitch that we were on, and quite a lot of people had left just after the weekend. So I said to Bill, why don't we just pack everything up, move to a pitch that's sort of like close to trees, away from the kids. You know, when you just think, if you're not happy, do something about it. I know kids are there to have fun, but these ones were particularly feral, so yeah, the best thing was just to move. Once we'd done that, we went down to the Happy Cheese for dinner. Again, it didn't disappoint. We'd spotted on their specials that they had sweet and sour chicken balls, so we both had that for dinner, which was again really nice. Oh, so today is a bit of a wet day, so we've decided to get the train from here, Ashurst, which is literally just, oh no, it's not even a 5-minute walk, is it? No. And go to Southampton for the day.
Southampton Central.
Let's go and have a drink and decide how to start our day. Cheers, here's to the breakfast beer. So what are your plans for today?
I said we'd try out the sports bar I found called Sharky's, have a game of pool. Then go on to have a Thai for lunch. And then you've never got a chance to do the augmented dance at Boom Battles, and I think there's one here, so probably go on to do that.
When we'd finished at Boom Battle Park, we could hear all these engines revving. Now, I love cars. Went outside and I saw loads of cars from different movies. So we actually spent a little bit of time looking around the cars. It was like a mini car show they were setting up for. So that was a nice little bonus to our day.
Ashurst, New Forest.
We've got up nice and early this morning because today is my birthday. We're currently en route and charging at Winchester as I have booked myself a sort of like drifting session at a place called Drift Limit. So very much looking forward to that.
To stay on that. Now bear.
Gas, ease up. A little bit too grabby on the wheel. Good, gas. A little bit to left on the gas, ease up. Oh, not bad. to left and on the gas. Gas. Ease up. I said turn out a little bit more gas. Oh yeah, that's it. More gas. More. Good. Perfect. And then ease up. Nice one.
Oh,
Yeah, that was good.
I feel like...
It says reservation queue to the right.
Oh, so that's slightly disappointing. We went drifting this morning, or I went drifting, should I say. And on the way home, and we decided that as sort of like a birthday treat, we might try and get a burger from the Farmer's Dog, as we've recently been watching Clarkson's Farm. Really enjoy the show. I've always liked Clarkson. So yeah, knowing that we couldn't get a reservation, we thought maybe we would try and get a burger from the Grand Tour tent in the garden. We arrived here at about 2:30, didn't we?
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately they just closed the line to the burgers, so that was slightly disappointing, but it doesn't really matter because we're coming back in October, so we'll try again then. But we did have...
Well, I had a lager and it's actually very nice.
Yeah, and
you
apple
had,
juice.
Yeah, you had some of their apple juice and...
The crisps, would recommend the cheese and onion
Yeah.
crisps. So, yeah, no, absolutely loved it. So, I love what his pub and the garden's all about, locally sourced produce, etc, etc. Really hoping that we can get a burger sometime. Anyway, instead of that, we're going to go back to the campsite, get an Indian and head to quiz night. So I've just got back to the campsite. I'm actually walking from the campsite to the Indian. Bill's already there, he's got us a table. And whilst we've been out for the whole day, we've managed to get the EcoFlow battery up to, I think it was 97%. So tomorrow when it's wet, I'm hoping that we can put all of that into the caravan and keep the leisure battery topped up for the wet day. Anyway, off for India.
His Wikipedia entry describes him as an American politician, environmental lawyer, author.
So we've just finished our quiz night. We were called the Wooden Spoon and we came last. But the one good thing is we won some chocolate. So today it's meant to be wet, raining, thunderstorms, and it's glorious sunshine, although it feels really close, so I do quite believe there will thunder at some point. But we've got the solar panels out, they're generating 142 watts of energy. We're currently charging the caravan. We've got the bike batteries charging, or they're nearly charged actually, so we're doing quite well with that. Although, to be honest, for the first hour it was a bit overcast of me putting the solar panels out, and I thought, oh, I'm surprised they're not generating anything. Anyway, idiot mistake, I didn't have the solar panels actually plugged into the back of the EcoFlow, so user error there. But no, I mean, we're what, day 7 of the holiday and still haven't run out of power. Look who's come to join me as a surprise on her day off. She's looking at what to get on the menu because she's had a yoghurt and she's full. So it's Friday today and we are going to take the big old buttes behind us on a nice little bike ride. I think we're heading to Bewley to find a bacon bap. More stuff beginning with B, with Bill. Really looking forward to today. We had a lovely treat yesterday and my sister turning up and she's Oh, I don't know what time she arrived actually.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, and we had a lovely lunch at the New Forest pub, which is literally just across the way from the campsite. So, yeah, lovely day yesterday. Sun's out, so hoping to generate loads of power. Actually, yesterday, when we were with our sister in the pub, it was raining on and off, quite overcast, and I think we generated a whole battery's worth of energy, didn't we? So that was good. So yeah, the energy hasn't been a problem. Even if you have like miserable days, wet days, as long as it's interspersed with sunny days, you're actually okay. So we've come to this cute little place called Steph's Kitchen in Bewley. Yeah, we're going to stop here for a spot of lunch. They've got a nice little gift shop next door. As earlier in the week, our kind neighbour over the road got in a pallet of paving slabs because Dad's fitting a patio ours. So we're going to get something from the gift shop to say thank you. Probably some hand cream, but yeah, so we're going to enjoy a lovely lunch in Bewley. Oh, so this bike ride to Bewley has actually turned out to be the bitch bike ride from hell. With no battery. Well, I say no battery, I've got 1 bar of battery and we've still got about 4 miles left to do. The trouble that we've got is we bought these bikes, I don't know, about 6 months ago, and we've barely ridden them because we've not really had much of an opportunity. We've done 1 big bike ride on them, haven't we, from our house to Mum and Dad's.
It was largely flat on concrete as well, not the sort of...
Oh, I don't know, the Downs was a bit up and down,
yeah,
but... So I've just been a bit as we've been riding because I say it all, Bill, because I'm tired. I just want to get back. I've had a big lunch. I feel really lethargic, and all I want to be doing is slogging my guts out, hauling a 40-kilo bike and about a 400-kilo man on top of it back to the campsite. But
you know, you've only got a little bit left now, so you might as well use the bar battery you got.
I think so. Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you have to push it.
I predict we've got about 2 to 3 miles. I don't know,
It's
but
not far.
Yeah. Oh, and what made it worse was we don't really know where we are now, but at Bewley we didn't really know any of the cycle tracks, and I hate riding on the road.
Wasting battery going 2 miles in one direction didn't help, did it?
No, exactly. So, I'm just sick of it. I want to get back to the caravan and have a coffee. So we finally made it back yesterday, and it was kind of poetic because just as we entered the back of the campsite, I ran out of battery. I don't think you did though, did you? No. So at least we kind of know the mileage we can expect. And actually, I think on this whole holiday, I think we've done about 70-ish miles, haven't we?
69, yeah.
69 miles of riding, and I charged it only ever so slightly. As it turns out, or if at all. So in terms of plans today, because it is actually our last full day, we leave tomorrow morning, we need to nip out and get some toilet chemical because we're running really low and I don't want to forget. So next time when we come on holiday, we can just get going straight away. We won't have run out. So we're thinking of nipping to Winchester Caravans, getting that. And while we're there, if we happen to look at new caravans, so be it. Let me know in the comments below if, when you're on holiday, if you go out and look at new caravans to buy, because I love it. I'm always looking for new caravans. I love reading magazines about them, and yeah, always just looking to improve and upgrade. So much to Bill's disgust.
Well, caravans and cars.
Yeah. Then when we get back from that, we're going to have a little walk into Lyndhurst, maybe find a spot of late lunch. As we haven't actually been into Lyndhurst all the time that we've been here, so that'd be nice to go back. It's only just down the road.
We've been there before and it's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
and you want to look at the Ferraris.
Yeah, there's a Ferrari dealership, so if we happen to stumble into there, lovely.
You're not buying anything. You can't even afford a key ring there.
So yeah, that's the plan of the day. Bill, what do you think about this as a tow car?
Huh?
What do you think about this as a tow car?
Maybe a bit much fun.
We're going to go in here, the Mailman's Arms, for a bit of lunch. Incredible looking burger. What have you got? Chicken burger. Looks good. So we just had a really nice lunch. You watched the cricket, didn't you?
Yeah.
And we are now walking back to the campsite in Ashurst, which is about 3 miles away. Don't know if I said it. We're in Lyndhurst currently, so yeah, back to Ashurst.
then yeah, we're going to go out this evening and watch a live band at the pub around the corner, aren't we?
Yeah, so that should be quite nice.
So we've just returned from our lunch at Lyndhurst. That was really nice, wasn't it? And we've also packed up bits and pieces of the caravan because we're leaving in the morning. We personally quite like to pack down as much as we can. So then in the morning we've just got last few bits, last clean sort of to do, and then we can hit the road and go nice and early.
So in terms of a campsite without electric, I wouldn't do it again, whereas you think you would.
I definitely would give it another go because I've quite enjoyed having the solar panels out and the battery, and you're basically just consuming the energy that you've generated, but you don't like the uncertainty of it, do you?
It does nothing for me. I'd rather just pay for electric and use as much as I want to use.
When we looked, initially we wanted to try, it was a caravan and motorhome club site that I think my mum and dad had been to before in the New Forest. The name escapes me. It might not have been a caravan and motorhome club site actually. But anyway, and they had electric hookup, but that was fully booked, so we couldn't get in there. And because Bill's mum had given us the battery, it just seemed like the perfect opportunity to try off-grid for the first time. Like I say, I like it, you haven't so much. And I do think the best compromise would be if we had a larger battery, then that would give us more flexibility, I think, and headroom, because we are quite high energy users, aren't we?
Yeah, I've not used my laptop at all this holiday because I didn't feel like I could use the battery to use it.
See, also, I think we're a bit stumped that at the beginning of the holiday we hadn't charged the battery, so we arrived with nothing. But hey, it's all a learning curve. I wouldn't mind coming back to the New Forest and staying in a CL, would you? I think that then avoids having kids.
Yeah, but again, that doesn't bother me at all. You react very
I
differently.
hate children. I like my niece. I don't like other people's children. I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people. So in terms of Ashurst, obviously for us, this campsite is the third time we've visited it. And for us, it's more of a special place because this was the very first place we ever came to on holiday together. I don't think I'd be in a hurry to come back like next year to this campsite, but maybe in another 5 or 10 years, it'd be quite nice to revisit, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I could quite imagine in another 10 years, come back, re-familiarise ourselves with the area again. I really do like the fact you've got a couple of pubs within walking distance. For us, that was like the biggest selling point of this campsite.
So what's been your favourite bits of the holiday?
For me, definitely my birthday. That was a really nice day. All of the eating out, that's been really nice, not having to cook. Definitely the drift experience, and I know you would probably say this, but the day in Southampton, that was really nice. Oh, hang on, what am I on about? No, when my two sisters came to visit, that was lovely. Basically, I think every day, with the exception of perhaps like the wet days, but then Kate came to visit on one of those, every day has been lovely. No, I know a low light. I had to bloody push that push bike. That was annoying. Well, not push it, but no battery. I pushed it in moments. I pushed it at times when I was going uphill. So what have been your high points and low points?
Well, I like being in Southampton, play pool and darts, and obviously saw those cars, which you like.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
And yeah, eating out a lot. The Indian was nice.
Yeah, the Indian was delicious.
Yeah, we had Thai, we've had a couple of burgers in pubs and stuff, so yeah. And just not been at work for a while.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's nice to have a breakaway, but I'm very much looking forward to going home to see how much the patio that Dad has laid. So that's one draw to returning home, I guess. So yeah, roll on in 4 weeks' time when we go off and enjoy the next mini breakaway at August Bank Holiday. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do click subscribe. That really helps our channel grow. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.